the records of the President Tinibu when he was in the U.S. in Chicago, and there are a lot of issues relating to the FOI probe. I mean, the investigation that those records should be released. If this happened, the court has granted these agencies and instructed them to do so. Don't you think it's going to have some implication on the reputation of Nigeria's #1 citizen?
So guys, Donald Trump is ready to crush Tinibu this time. Honestly, some of the things that Joe Biden didn't have the audacity to do, Donald Trump is doing them and even overdoing them. Now, under Trump's government, guess what? This headline is saying that U.S. court orders FBI anti-drug agency to release Tinibu's record. When you hear record, not just an ordinary record, his drug related record. So guys, a whole lot is happening in the USA. So all the things that happened during the 2023 presidential election are going to start refolding again. Now the court is mandating FBI that you must release those records. Even the drug agency, anti-drug agency, has also been mandated to release all Tinibu's documents, document that has to do with the drug case. Now, take a look at this headline. This headline says, David Hundeyin wins as U.S. court orders FBI, DEA to release about 3,000 pages of unredacted investigation document on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's alleged heroin trafficking in Chicago. Meanwhile, CIA insists they have no document to spare. They are not going to spare any document. So guys, it's really going to be another big blow on Tinubu's personality. This is a personality he's trying to rebuild. Remember, he gave money to lobbyists to try clear his name, to try clean up his name. But guess what? The name is getting messy at this time. So guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at what Buala Dane said during an interview session. Buala Dane actually, confirmed this news. He said, yes, it's true. But he's wondering if there is anything new that they are going to release that they did not release. Remember, the FBI refused to release some of the information. Then they released few. The ones that were supposed to be released again, they said no, they are not going to release it. And Nigerians started raising alarm that they just want to hold it back so that they will use it to be puppeting the president of Nigeria. Now, the court has mandated FBI that you must release every record you have. The anti-drug agency, you must release every document you have, and this is going to be happening in few weeks time. So guys, I'm going to allow you to take a look at what Buala Dane said during an interview. He has actually confirmed this news that it is real, but he said he's doubting if there's anything new that they've not seen before that they are going to be seeing again. But guess what? I'm sure more new things are going to be unfolding. Anyway, let me allow you to take a look at that interview session that Buala Dane granted to Channels Television, and let me know your honest reaction in the comment section below. Just take a look.
There's actually no issue in this thing. It is the opposition and probably members of the way the media interpreted it. If you read the judgment, what the court said was, first of all, the court even dismissed the idea of joining CIA and said that CIA didn't have any file, didn't have any issue for which it should be joined in the first place. With respect to the FBI and DEA, the court said that in case, because already documents have been released for long, he says, in case you think from the exempt there are documents that are yet to be released, come on the 2nd of May and talk to us so we can determine whether or not they are valid application before the court. So there is nothing actually in what was published, the ruling of the court, that is new. Everything has been in public domain for ages. But the opposition will want to feast on it because in the absence of better idea, that is the only thing they can cling on to, in the hope that they will probably misinterpret the public. Nothing at all, nothing new.
And you know what the optics are? And these are relating to President's record of how he had money, because the inference were that there were drug dealings which related to wealth and some monies, and how a certain amount of money was confiscated. These have heavy implication on the reputation, on the optics.
Like I told you, it's a non-issue. The court said, if you have any information that you think should be released, come on the 2nd of May. So let's wait for the 2nd of May, because there is actually nothing that they are seeking for which has not been released. And it's a non-issue. I mean, it is intended to create unnecessary conversation as if there is an issue on the table. Nothing at all. So we don't want to even
the reason
give
why
them
I'm
the
asking the issue of optics and because he's number one citizen, and in any case, whatever that is done outside of this crime, the president has immunity. For criminal prosecution and all that, but the fact remains that this is number one citizen. It carries the nation, the identity of this country. He's supposed to be the number one marketer of this country. If there are records from the United States connoting or inferring issues of drug dealing, issues of underhand dealings, monies through drugs, don't you think it's going to damage the image of the country? That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah,
you know you're an image maker.
Yes, but it is fictitious, right? We deal with facts before the court, and we deal with substance. As of today, the substance of the matter is that the court dismissed the application to join CIA and say, with respect to the FBI, records have been released before, which you know. But if you think there is any other one that has not been released, come on the 2nd of May. And I can guarantee you can write it and then report it on that day. The court will come to a finding that there is nothing new. Everything has been released. It's not even a subject of conversation. I'm just being honest.
What about the things? No. What about the ones that have been released? The issues that have been debated, which caused a lot of campaign matter.
It was litigated, and the Nigerian people, after listening to everything, voted for him. Shaun, I came to reply to Alain Dume. Very soon you will say your time has gone.
Which we will do. Which we do. Of course, when we invited you for a right of reply, these issues were not there. And I'm raising it with you because they are also very important issues. The other part that I would like you also to speak to is the issue of the campaign billboards. These are members of your party, isn't it? And
I am not in a position to tell whether it is members of our party or not. I have even more reason to believe it can be mischievous. But for whatever it takes, we who believe in law and order, and we are focused on what we are doing, which is delivering on the promise, we felt that there is no need to distract from any conversation around 2027. The only set of people that are busy about 2027 are the coalition for a wild goose chase. The people that went to Buhari and wanted to misrepresent their visit. And President Buhari said, I want this conversation to be in camera. I don't want it to be anything closed door, so that Malam Nasir Rufadu should not go and say, I'm joining SDP or PDP. That is the fact as they are, So they are the ones that are busy with activities.
You're a politician now. You were not before, but now you are one.
I've always been a politician for long.
So the question, does that bother your principal?
No, it does not.
Maybe he doesn't even want a re-election. Maybe.
Our principal is focused on doing what needs to be done to put the Nigerian people in a better footing. Our principal believes in putting Nigeria in place. That is why he took the decision that no politician in 1999 till the time he took the decision was bold enough to do it. But he felt instead of putting politics ahead of governance, I will do what needs to do. There is no point for us to dance and jump, and then our children and our children's children will be paying for the untold hardship that has happened over a period of time. He's focused on that. And all of us under him, we've been dragged. Sometimes, when people call us to talk about 2027, we decline. Because it is not yet time. When it is time, we will talk. Nigerians will listen. The coalition of a wild goose chase don't even have a plan, not to talk of whether they have an alternative plan.
But you see those persons, Atiku Abubakar, Tambuwal, former governor of Benue State, Nasir El-Rufai. These are people who understand the game very well.
Are they a clap of thunder out of a blue sky or kids in the block? They have been around.
They've been. That's the question.
So have they?
It should bother you, don't you think?
No, not at all. You know what is bothering me?
Yeah.
How to put the Nigerian people in better footing and look at the future of Nigeria. There is this. That's why I call it coalition for a wild goose chase. What are they chasing? They are just okay. Take for example. I don't want that distraction. I came to reply Alindu. This coalition that you are talking about, do they even belong to a party? This one say come to my own. This one say come to my own. This one say where this. That is why they are doing everything possible to clinch to anything that has to do with President Buhari, because they feel by doing that they will push an optic. And I'm glad the way he gave them a pushback Who else? Where else? Where are they going? Where are they coming from?
But you hear that the CBC block of the APC are considering an exit.
Considering? Have they considered?
Well, they met with the former president.
They never told President. In fact, Buhari said, I am a committed member of APC and I'm in fully support of the government.
But this line of the conversation came up. I remember that I had this conversation prior to the APC coalition that came into APC, became APC coalition in pre-2014. And that's how the PDP dismissed it. Well, no, it will not.
Yes, but I'll tell you the difference.
Yeah.
A pre-2015, it is the association of like minds with better alternative. What was the alternative at the time? They felt that there was waste in government that it did for redirection. The nation was ravaged by insecurity. Nigerian people were fed up with that government. So they came with a clear-cut mission, vision, and statement. This coalition is association to grab power.
Yeah.
That's why you see Peter Obi over there will say, it is something that we will deliver, and we will not join anybody. Then tomorrow he says he's considering joining. As for my senior brother Erufai, I mean what he's doing is good. He call it ping pong. You know, when he came and he thought he would move all of them to SDP, and then His Excellency Lamido Sule say, hey, hold on. This PDP made you minister twice. This PDP gave you what you have, and you want to drag us there. We're not going anywhere. Come back here. And then he went there and started fighting that the secretary of that party must be removed. Sheun, I still insist, Alindume is lucky that you are distracting me from what brought me here to reply to Alindume.
Let's begin with the Alindume's conversation. But when the president said he's going to be away for 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, did you hear about the social media conversation around whether he's receiving the medical treatment in France?
You know, the phone, was he stretched?
Did you see it?
No, the social media is a presence. Sometimes in social media, somebody will be tweeting. You don't even know who the person is. It can be somebody having mental health somewhere. But you just see that information is on the
media. So there's no iota of truth.
There has never been, and there is no trip the president makes.
The president's trips to France is not related to medical.
Have you not seen him receiving people in the US? I mean, there have been information about him receiving.
Is it yes or no? You could go see a doctor.
The president did not go to see a doctor. He was on a working visit, and we have been publishing his activities. All
right, let's get to Alindume.
Is lucky tonight.
Let's begin with your senior brother, because you are just 50, he's 67.
Yeah, he's a villainous exploiter.
Why do you call him that kind of name?
Because that better describes who he is. But let me give you a perspective. Alindume and I have been wonderful in the sense that through his struggles, when Saraki was dealing with him, Alindume came for me for help. And I played my part supporting him because he's a senator from my district. Much later, when he wanted to become Senate president, Alindume sent somebody ahead of his coming to speak to me. Honorable Kumalia is alive. That he wants to come and see me. He wants my support for his emergence as a Senate president. I said, no problem. He came to my chambers and sat for 2 hours waiting for me. And that's how the relationship with. There is no record anywhere I've ever had problem with Alindume until 10th of January 2014 when I met with Mr. President. Everything changed. He started going about telling people that they want to replace him with me in Southern Borno because he couldn't get access to see the president. He will go to the TV house, he will go to this one, he will speak about me, whole meetings and the rest. Now, this is a senator whom has been a lawmaker for the past 22 years. 4 years as a House of Rep member, 16 years or thereabout as a senator. 120,000 of his people are in Cameroon as IDPs. During this period, Alindume has served as a majority leader and also Senate Chair, Committee on Defense and Army. He has never done anything to bring his people back from Cameroon. This is a senator, if you want, I can give you the monies that have come to Southern Borno in form of a project. There is no single project in the Southern Borno. This is a senator who knows his primary assignment is lawmaking and oversight. He has never had a bill passed. He has never. 90% of his bill Yeah, 90% of his bill. They don't even get to reach second reading. They will be dismissed. Not to talk of bringing it for debate. He goes about parading that says the bill that brought about the Northeast Development Commission, he was one that sponsored. And it's a lie. It is Senator Nyako. This is a senator, if you go to Southern Borno, there is not a single thing he has done. I mean single in the literal sense, not even.
But would that be fair for all the years that he's been in National Assembly?
That's what I'm telling you.
We've seen him tour that senatorial district.
Let me even tell you.
Reaching out to the people.
Reaching out, doing what? Look at all that has come to his constituency.
The pictures there.
Okay, look at. So is that going to visit people there? Is that a project? Monies have gone to that place in form of a project. I can forward them to you. Not a single one. Even the borehole he said he opened, the boreholes are dried. This is a senator who's stuck in trade. Is to cause strife and division. So this is what he does. Anytime he's going to be called upon to account for his time in the National Assembly, he will look for a national issue and distract by trying to portray himself as a populist, as somebody who is an advocate for the people who are going through trouble. Have you ever seen Ali Dube in any protest? Have you ever seen Ali Dube participated in any activity that suggests he cares for the young people? That's why I say it's a villainous exploiter. Look at that definition. Wicked manipulator. That's what it means. And look at National Assembly, for example. For all of this period he has been in the National Assembly, he has not contributed anything. He has served in positions that he had the capacity and opportunity to do good. He has always been a nuisance to any Senate, whether 9th Senate, 10th Senate, 11th Senate, whatever it is, he has been a nuisance. He was the Director General for Senator Akpabio. Few weeks after Akpabio emerged, he wanted something he didn't get. He became a persona non grata in the National Assembly. This Senator Natasha, she's not up to 2 years. But what she has done in her constituency is more than what Ndume has done for 22 years. But I challenge him to come and tell you what he has done.
Mr. Buhala, you wanted to be senator, the same seat that Senator Ali Ndume under the SDP, but you lost, and he said, look, you don't even have that. You are a paperweight, you're a featherweight when it comes to politics in Borno State.
First of all,
that you have your eye. I mean, he says, look, your matter is not something to discuss.
Yeah, that is what you would do, like the meeting he has had. But let me tell you today, Senator Ali Ndume has never participated in any primaries. It has always been a handout. Handout like that. What primaries has ever participated? Secondly, it has always been the incumbent governor of Borno that would deliver him in the final election. He doesn't even go around these places during election. He will hide behind the governor in all of the visits. The last 2023, he went to his village. He was stoned. I challenge him to come to the TV and tell you. Look at the way he is using the sensibility of his own people. He is supposed to be coming to the national television talking about President Abe, help us. We bring our people from Cameroon. That's what he does. He is busy trying to create a problem between the vice president and the governor. What he does in Southern Borno, anytime he wants our Kanuri brothers to help him, he goes to them and say the Southern Borno people don't want to help him because he's a Muslim. He gets their sympathy. When tomorrow he does something they don't like, he comes back to Southern Borno. He said, these Kanuri people, they don't like me because I am working for you people and my mother is a Christian. This religious card is what he has been doing. If you bring him out and say, Senator Lindibe, thank you for all the noise in the nation. Can you tell us in concrete terms one thing you have done or you are doing in the Southern Borno? Now he's even gathering people somewhere. It's a movement for the agitation for power to be zoned to the Southern Borno so that he will become a governor. House of Assembly member from his constituency has done better than him. House of Rep member from his constituency has done better than him. If you take away his noise, Ali Ndume is a persona non grata anywhere.
The bone of contention which brought all of this is whether or not the president has been nepotistic about his appointment. Now, which the presidency has been struggling to respond to. We saw the statement from the SGA.
I would answer, but look at Ali Ndume. He tells you the president is nepotistic. How is there any nepotistic greater than one man from a senatorial district saying he will stay as a senator forever? Are there not others?
But we've seen that in the US, that look at the former speaker.
So those ones are impactful. Now, if he's saying, okay, look at it, another one. He gets job for his children and very close people, Central Bank, NNPC, and juicy places. But for the children of the poor, he sent them into army. He sent them into custom. He sent them into those places. If you look around him now, around him, not a single person he has empowered. Not to talk of politically, has he been able to raise protege? Has he had one constituency meeting? What senators do is that they go back to their respective places and engage with the people.
But it came up with a list to say, look, the engine block of the president's economic team is driven by people around the president, Lagos and Ogun, axis of the Southwest, which he thinks is dangerous not only for the politics but also for our nation, against the federal character principle.
You see, a villainous exploiter does that. He thinks by pushing this narrative, he will gaslight the government. What does the Constitution provide for the governors? If you look at section 14, we'll talk about the principles of federal character. And the principles of federal character is clearly seen in the administration of President Bola Tinibu. Is there, from his state where he comes from, there is a minister. Except if he's saying he doesn't believe or he doesn't trust in that minister from that state. From his state, district where he comes from, there's a special advisor to the president on policy communication. Except if he's saying he doesn't believe. From his own village, that is the chairman of NNPC. And I can go round and round and talk about that. He has been wanting access to see the president as well. He identified people and keeps back, gaslighting.
But does it take away the fact that you look at the economic engine block of the nation is being there are criticism against the Buhari government that most of the major security appointments were from a region of the country, and the consideration about the strong political appointments related to the economy seems to have been from those within and around the president, Lagos and Ogun axis. If you may be able to respond clearly to that. And he gave a list of which we were able to show on the television.
He didn't. He wasn't even able to, what he keeps saying, Yoruba. This is how divisive he is. Because he wants to push an agenda where he will call somebody from Kwara or somebody from Kogi to say they are Yoruba. He won't say so number from Kogi or Kwara. He will say Kwara, Yoruba. He will say this place, Yoruba. And he's supposed to be...
Has the president been fair?
The president, see...
With facts...
Let me tell you.
And analysis. Has the president been fair, especially in the area of economy?
Let me tell you.
And those who drive those sectors, they are majorly, from the list that he dropped, show that these are majorly from the Lagos and Ogun axis.
So if he's saying that, go and check the list of appointees under Buhari. On the economy, majority of them are from the Southwest. So his talk go to no issue.
So you're saying that the president is right to have, had more people within that sector in one.
Let me give you a good scenario. Where in this country is most hit by insecurity? The northern Nigeria. The chief of defense staff, the minister of defense, substantive, and the minister of state. Where are they from? It's strategic. If you send somebody from another part of Nigeria to deal with insecurity, you go about destroying all these insurgents, they can read meanings to it. Secondly, where are the bases for the commercial nerves of this country? In southern Nigeria. It makes sense to put people who have the understanding of that place. I'm just saying, in terms of general spread of the appointment, we have over 7,000 appointments to be given. Even ambassadors have not been released. Many more people are going to come into government.
Your colleague Sunday Dare pushed out a few lists, but there are errors in it.
Yeah.
And it's been withdrawn, and he said he was going to release an updated one. Well, we've not seen any updated one.
It will be released.
Which show that this government needs more clarity and transparency.
I'll give you an example.
In the manner in which the communication.
There are appointments that comes from the office of the SGF. There are appointments that ministers make. There are appointments that comes from the presidency. And there are certain appointments that even come from agency heads. If you are going to have to collate them together, you need time. But in terms of spread, the president has been fair because there are many more appointments that are yet to be released. But the point I'm telling you is that the issue of appointment is actually not the issue. Let me tell you today, and I want everybody to hear, especially the chairman of All Progressive Congress, Senator Lindume's spirit and soul is with the coalition. It is his body that is in APC.
Really?
Yes.
One leg in APC, one leg in PDP.
He is already going. He did that during his time when Senator Governor Alimodu Sheriff felt that he was not performing and he wasn't going to support him. That's how he moved to the PDP. But before moving to the PDP, he continued to meet with them. Meanwhile, he was there as a snitch. He was giving intelligence and information to the other side. Now, why I say the national chairman has to be very careful and also looking very well is that he's dog whistling for these people. It is better like the way El-Rufai did. He just said, I am leaving. You will give more honor and credit to El-Rufai that he didn't feel he can stay and be a snitch and left than this one who claims. Because to him, from a strategic point of view, if I stay and I keep shooting, Nigerian people will say, this one is even a member of the party. But his head is empty.
How do you
as far as issue of national issues?
How do you think your principal, the president, should best manage Ali Ndume? Since you think that he's disruptive in his activity.
I doubt if he even knows of the existence and activities of Ali Ndume. I'm just being honest.
President Tinibu may not know. But the president went to his daughter's wedding.
Yeah, that's a precedent.
So why, if he doesn't know, he said to me on this program that the president saw him and said, you can come and see me, let's find time.
And he goes everywhere telling people he's closer to the president than them. You see, he cries like a baby, like a toddler. Let me tell you, with respect to the issue of access to the president, we have to work with order. National Assembly leadership said all schedules to meet with the president should be coordinated with their leadership. He is supposed to be fighting the National Assembly every day. If he doesn't call this aide of Mr. President, he called this another person, and he's supposed to be an elder statesman. Even coming here using very bad word against somebody, he's supposed to be. If you call him out, he sent his people to be issuing death threat.
You get death threats?
The other time that I called him out, I got death threat. Because he believes.
Are you worried you get one now?
I'm worried, but let me tell you this. You see, Ali Ndume in crisis economy is like Dangote and Otedola in private sector economy. Ali Ndume thrives in crisis economy. He brags about it. I have voice, I can do that. That is his stock in trade. And what you see, the reputation of Ali Ndume before today in the eyes of Nigerians is what? Somebody who has linked with Boko Haram. But anytime you stand and speak against government, naturally, you will have people who come behind you. And
but he said, focus on the message and not the messenger. And he predicted that if he says anything, that some of you are going to come after him. And it does look like whatever Ali Ndume saw is happening. He mentioned that there is failure in handling security in his home state of Borno, and the governor has also voiced that. He also talked about appointment, and he said, look, this government that he also belongs to as a political party has not done very well in this area and this area. But if he says something, that the president's spokesperson will come after him. That is one of the tendencies of the villainous exploiter. What they do is that they craftily come around it. Now, when you hear the message and forget about the messenger, is where the messenger has pure motive. If the messenger has an agenda, the messenger and the message are part of what you will consider. Secondly, the governor of Borno is doing his best to deal with insecurity. Very honorable man. Even the governor of Borno never indict the government. He is saying that from the way Boko Haram insurgent is coming here and there, if something is not done, they might resurge again. Fair comment. But does it feel like this government under Tinibu is intolerant to voice of dissent? You heard what Professor Wole Soyinka said. And he also said that some of you come after the likes of Wole Soyinka, even in the ban
he lied. Let me before I forget, he lied. I have never talked about Wole Soyinka, Obasanjo, or Martin Kuka. You see, Ali Ndume with respect is a pathological liar. He loves lies. Go to Borno State and ask people in Borno State. He lies with his eyes open, an elder. And he knows that. But villainous exploiter, what they do is they study the psychology of people. They manipulate.
But the question is that this government, the criticism against this government is that is very intolerant to voice of dissent. They come after those who criticize them.
I disagree with that. You know why? I can be counting here people till we sleep who are vociferous against government. They are very vicious against government. Government has not even taken care to look at them. But you must know, I'm a lawyer. This freedom of speech you're hearing is still confined within the ambits of the law. If in the exercise of your freedom of speech you commit a crime, there is a penalty for that. We cannot say because you're exercising freedom of speech, you will commit a crime and you will go free.
On a final note, Mr. Buala, how would you react or your principal handle what has become a bad political management of very strong politicians in the APC who are angry, who feels being pushed outside, and they are growing in their numbers. And we're getting into the second year of this government. In the next 1.5 years, it's going to be more difficult for this government to be able to politically stand on its feet, considering the heavyweights who are angry on the inside. It does look like there's an implosion in the APC. On your final note,
the party has been busy listening and dealing with cases as they come. Very mature and responsible people in the party who express their grievances are being approached and talked with, either directly by the party leadership of the National Assembly or government. The president is a collaborator. He believes in dialogue. The president has not taken any step, has not said anything that will invalidate the wishes of the people. But you must understand that a political party of numbers and people, all interests cannot be the same. Sometimes, if you are also considering others who have never been considered before, people might feel bad. So, but look at all of them who are very mature in the way they are handling issues until the villainous exploiter came and decided that he would be their vocal cavity, jumping from one TV station to the other, when he should be dealing with constituency matter. And let me tell you, in the last note, recently, our people, Southern Borno, talking about issue of whether I have grassroots or not. Southern Borno Stakeholders Forum, only 4 or 5 days ago, organized for the first time in the history of Southern Borno a dinner to award members. Justice Ibrahim Auta, retired, former Justice, Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, General Buratai, Betara, distinguished people from our place were honored. He didn't make it because they couldn't see anything in Southern Borno to point at. He couldn't make it. Did you make it? I was honored. So you think you are seen in better light than your senator? Exactly, because we are looking at meaning and quality, not name. Would you run for Senate? I'm not interested. That's what I'm telling him. If your principal asking you to run, would you run? The principal is not talking about election. He's talking about governance. All right. Daniel Boala, thank you so much. Special advisor to President Tinibu. Thanks so much indeed. Yeah, when next you see villainous exploiter, please tell him I'm not running. Let his blood pressure stop rising. All right, both of you have to settle this.
So guys, you have seen what is happening now in Nigeria. So the Trump administration is really going to give Tinibu tough time because Trump is not ready to seal anybody's crime. Trump is not ready to cover up for anybody, just like the way Joe Biden tried to cover up for the Tinubu's government, you know. And Nigerians were like, oh, they want to use him as puppet. That's why they don't want to release all this information, so that anytime they order him to do something, and if he doesn't do it, they want to remind him, oh, remember, we are having something hiding for you. You know, all those stuff. They want to use it to manipulate him. So it's really going to be a very big blow on Tinibu. Honestly, that's why it's always good to keep a clean record. It's good from childhood. Just decide to be clean because you never can tell where life can take you to. So Tinibu was doing all these things not knowing that he will one day become the president of Nigeria. And that's why Trump is not even looking at Nigeria. Because people are like, how are you going to be dealing with somebody that has drug-related case? How are you going to be able to, you know, start having relationship with them? Tinibu has been traveling the world. But I tell you, as it stands now, Nigeria has no close friend. Because of the person in Aso Rock. Nigeria has no close friend. There's no confidence. You cannot trust him. Somebody that has 3 dates of birth. Somebody that has a drug-related case. Somebody that has corruption-related case. And all kinds of things, you know. You cannot build trust with all these things around you. The world is watching and we are in a global village. The internet has made it so fast for information to spread. And wherever you are, you can see what's happening live in Nigeria. So I'm just feeling for Tinibu because it's going to be a very hard time. He's not going to be seeing that huge support coming from the United States because of his person. And anyway, Nigerians are going to be the one to bear the grunt because when these politicians are misbehaving, Nigerians are the ones that take the hit, you know. They are the ones that take the hit. Anyway, guys, let's just keep our hands crossed to see how all this is going to play out. If the United States start opening up Tinubu's record, what do you think that is going to mean for the country? What do you think is going to mean to the Tinubu's government that's even planning to come again in 2027? Tinubu still want to run again. What do you think is going to mean to him? And I don't know, APC is a party that is so shameless. They don't, even for them, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They don't care. Nigeria, anybody can lead Nigeria. If you've seen a tweet that somebody tweeted, and the person was saying that most of the people that were either debarred in America or the court found them not fit to practice in the USA, guess what? Many of them are in Nigerian politics today. They are the ones making laws for us. The ones that couldn't make laws in the US, they are making laws in Nigeria. The ones that were charged with criminality, they are either they are governor or they are in the House of Assembly or House of Rep or they are president or in one key position or the other. Those are the places they found themselves, and that is why this country will continue to crawl, because we have the wrong people handling the affairs of this country. And tell me how you want the country to progress. Anyway, guys, that is it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.